Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Wednesday, the 23rd of July. The government's praising its infrastructure fast-track program, saying 50 projects have made applications in the scheme's first 6 months. Minister Chris Bishop says he's expecting the first 8 projects to complete the full process this year. Political editor Jason Walls has more.
Bishop says the 8 projects are now before expert panels for consideration, with the first panel's final decision expected by mid-September this year. If approved, he says these projects will contribute billions of dollars to New Zealand's economy and create thousands of jobs.
Meanwhile, the annual 2-day Civil Contractors Conference kicks off in Tauranga today as the sector faces a challenging slowdown. No word from Nicola Willis on her chat with Fonterra boss Miles Hurrell. The Finance Minister said she'd ask Fonterra about its profit margins on butter during her regular catch-up at Parliament last night. Fonterra says it was constructive. Deputy Prime Minister David Seymour says butter prices are ultimately driven by global demand.
How do we ensure that New Zealand has a growing economy, a high-wage economy, so that when prices spike like this, it doesn't have a big impact on families?
Reviews and a change to the way corporate boxing matches are organised are being recommended following the death of a Christchurch man in a charity event. 37-year-old father of 3, Kane Parsons, died in hospital in November 2018, days after he was knocked out during a match. Emily Ansell reports.
Coroner Heather McKenzie's recommending a review into the standing 8-count assessment made by a referee after a knockdown. She's also recommending contender declaration forms be signed as close to the event as possible so participants have trained and can understand what to expect.
The war in Gaza looks to be coming to a head as many Western countries issue Israel an ultimatum. New Zealand has joined dozens of states calling for a lasting ceasefire and condemning the mass killings and withholding of aid to Palestinians. The statement threatens further action if a pathway to peace is not actioned. Otago University politics professor Robert Patman says Israel cannot claim the world's on its side.
34% of Israel's trade is with the EU, and many EU countries have signed up to the statement. It makes you realise that this could have considerable implications for Israel's economy.
Labour says any easing of the foreign buyer ban is a bad idea. New Zealand First Leader Winston Peters says he's expecting a change to the current rules to be announced before the end of the year. More than 60 hand-reared calves have been stolen from a paddock on State Highway 2 near Manawatu's Dannevirke. And musicians are posting heartfelt tributes marking the death of beloved and infamous heavy metaler, Black Sabbath frontman Ozzy Osbourne, aged 76. To sport, Anton Leonard-Brown has extended his contract with New Zealand Rugby. The 86-test All Black and Chiefs midfielder, whose existing deal ran through to the end of next year, has added 2 more years and committing through to the end of 2028. Defending champions England are into the Women's European Championship football final after beating Italy 2-1 in extra time in Geneva. And Michelle Montague is set to become the first New Zealand woman to join the UFC, the world's top mixed martial arts promotion. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.